Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. Right now, I'm thinking I'm going to pivot a little bit in the kind of content that I want to put out. So what I would like to do, at least for the next few months on this channel, is to document my ultra race training, because I've signed up for a 25K trail race in Eastern Washington in April. I think that it would be more fun to film and to document this training, because it's something that I'm gonna want to look back on and be able to go, oh yeah, like this is what worked, this is what didn't, this was like fun, because I'm getting to go out to some of these cool areas to run in. Like one of my favorite trail systems is just trees everywhere. It's so cool. So I want to get some footage of that, and I want to document this whole process because I think that's more fun. I'm gonna pick the camera back up and start vlogging again as I get ready to go for my trail run, and I'll show you like some of the things that I pack and what I wear for a 7-mile run outside. So I have yet to go out and actually get trail running shoes, which I plan to do later this week, but in the meantime I'm running in like my older pair of running shoes, and they do fine. I mean, they're definitely road shoes, so my feet end up kind of wet, but it means I have to switch out my orthotics. I have custom orthotics to help with overpronation, so when I run, like the arches of my ankle, the arches of my feet kind of kick in a little. They collapse, cave in. It's called overpronation. And so I have orthotics that, oh, it's really hard to see, that have a little bit more arch support in them. And this is like a really hard plastic and then like a neoprene foot pad part. And so I just switch those back and forth when I switch my shoes. But I'm hoping that once I get a designated pair of trail running shoes, they will on their own have the support that I need, and I won't have to keep switching those back and forth. So right now I am just gearing up and gathering all my clothes, gear, stuff to go do my 7-mile run. So I'm bringing some Gatorade shoes to help fuel my run. I'm not really sure how many I'm going to eat while I go, because it's going to depend on like how I feel and based on the snacks that I had before I left. But I am going to have some, oh, it goes backwards, some energy gum. This is just caffeine gum, 100 milligrams per piece, and that's really nice. So I'll have a piece of that like on the drive to the trail. On these trail runs, I always run with a knife on me just to be safe, and I run in like really bright clothing so that it's easy to spot me, because on some of these trails we share the trails with wildlife, and so there are bears, there are lynx, I think, bobcats, mountain lions. Those have been sighted in this area that I run in, and it's really only like a big concern, knock on wood, hopefully, it's only really a big concern like at dusk and twilight, when those animals are more active and are more likely to be hunting. So I try not to go during those times. Gloves are a must. I'm gonna put that in my pocket actually. I've got some water. So yeah, I'm gonna put my shoes on and jump in the car. Trying to sync to GPS, because sometimes it can take a while out here with all the trees. Let's see, I can go over what I carry in my pockets. So I'm wearing like my brightly colored thing. It works as a windbreaker better than a rain shield, but I still wear it in the rain sometimes. I keep in my pockets, I've got my knife, I think I said that before. I have a knife in my pocket, I have my phone in my pocket because I listen to music quietly, because I want to still be able to hear people passing me on the trail. These trails are multi-use, so there's bikers, there's horses, there's other runners and walkers and stuff. So I listen to music, but I make sure that it's low enough that I can like still hear things around me. And I've never had a problem. I have come up on people. Ooh, if I do that, it's gonna like be funky with the video. I did come up on this old man one time, and he was walking, and he had like Bose sound canceling headphones, and I was like, "Run around your left, run around your left," and then I like yelled, and then I kind of like came up upon him, and like he went left to the very left far side of the trail where I was trying to pass him because he was trying to avoid a really big mud puddle. Like, I don't blame him, I was doing the exact same thing. But he couldn't hear me coming, even though I was yelling. And so I ended up having to like put my hand on his shoulder, and he like got startled, and I was like, "Sorry, man, your fault, but sorry, man." And he just kind of smiled and waved. I was like, "Oh, don't do that. It's disrespectful to people on the trail if like they can't hear you. If you can't hear them, I mean, and vice versa." But I digress. So I've got, like I said, phone. I'll have my headphones in. Once I get going, my watch is probably gonna take... I like my Garmin watch a lot, but sometimes it takes a really long time to sync to GPS, and it does not do a good job. I'm gonna put it up on the dashboard. It does not do a good job estimating distance and mileage when the GPS isn't locked on. I always make sure that it is locked on, and it is, so we're good. So I'm gonna do that. I'll get my gloves on, I'll get my headphones on. Oh, I think you're gonna be able to see some horses walking behind me, so if you look like here, there's a very pretty horse that's gonna be walking by. Ah, there they are. So, like I said, these are multi-use trails, and so I want to be respectful of other people who are using the park. So like I said before, I'm gonna try to get some trail running shoes soon, and I'm also gonna get a hydration vest, because 7 miles is really bordering on a distance where it would be nice to have water. I'm fueling on my run, but it would be really nice to have water on my run also. It would be nice to have it like in a little backpack. The hiking packs that I have are day packs, and they're too big for this kind of running. But I can get away with it when it's just 7 miles. It's like right on the threshold. Alright, look away. Just while I spit my gum out, because some people think that's gross, and that is okay. Alright. I'm gonna get my run going, so wish me luck! I just came up on this big boy. This tree, here, let me show you for scale. This tree was downed over the windstorm that just happened, but fortunately we had someone come through and saw it, so that's cool. But like, look at that, it spans all the way up. Okay, so something really interesting is happening right now. I just finished my 7-mile run. As I'm breathing in and out through my nose, I am smelling like an ammonia smell. So think like pine sol, or like a cleaning product, some kind of nitrogen based, like an ammonia smell. That is not a good sign. If you get that after an athletic activity, after some like kind of higher intensity physical activity, like a long run like I just did, the fact that I'm smelling that is an indication that I am not eating enough carbs to fuel that activity. And not only am I not eating enough carbs to fuel, where the energy is coming from instead of carbs, it's coming from protein. If you're getting like an ammonia smell in your nose, that's not good. That's not good. That is a clear indication that your body is going, hey, we need energy now, and we're not getting it from carbs. And our exercise intensity is high enough that we can't really use fat because fat's just not fast enough. And so, where's it going to come from? Well, we're going to have to grab protein. And you know where that protein is probably being grabbed from? Muscles. Muscle is probably getting catabolized, is getting broken down in order to fuel and give me energy in the form of like a carbohydrate structure, similar to a carbohydrate structure. I will make another video on this topic, more like a formal sit down. I'll get my whiteboard, I'll draw some things out. It'll be a little more organized because right now I have post-running brain and my thoughts are really scattered, if you couldn't tell. If you have questions on that, if you're like, ooh, that's interesting, or ooh, I've felt that before, leave a comment down below. And if you have a question on that topic, I can help address it in the next video, or in the video where I talk about that. But anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna drink some water, I'm gonna drive home. Okay, I need food, so I will catch up with you at home.